Before we get started, I just wanted to say one thing. I am an absolute poser. I'm the person who's like putting the gear together, trying to ignore the fact that one day I will face having to create with it. But the key is I'm trying to learn. I grew up around music. I was in like a band in my teens, but it wasn't until this year it actually clicked what a synth was, sort of blew my mind. Growing up, a synth was a type of sound on just like a crappy keyboard. So since then, I've been a little bit obsessed with electronic music and what goes into it. Now realizing all the music that I loved, how synth heavy and how electronic and how interesting it is when where I grew up, you know, a band is an electric guitar, a bass and drums. And so I decided to pick up my first synth. I can't afford a vintage analog synth, and that's irresponsible as well. So I picked up this Behringer, whatever, Model-D. Basically a knockoff of the Mini Moog. I think I'm pronouncing that right. You tell me. It's a fully analog synth. I picked this up used on Kijiji, Canada's version of Craigslist. This I bought new to control it all. This has a built-in sequencer. So this is sort of my setup. But once you set it up, there are a lot of wires connecting things, and it sort of made it a bit annoying to move around. It's always that setup that kills you. I like to get rid of that speed bump as much as possible. What I wanted to make for this, because I wanted to be able to like take it upstairs or in the summer, take it outside on the picnic table and just play around with these things. Having all these cables was a huge nightmare. So I've sort of like distilled it down to one thing, one object, and then an external speaker.
What a pocket hole does is it cuts an angled hole, and you can drill through and attach to the sides, and it's sort of an invisible joint. The thing is I've never used pocket holes on 1/2-inch material, and it's a little bit tricky. I drilled my pocket holes too deep, and the screws started to poke out the sides. You don't need a pocket hole set either. You can just embrace screws, pre-drill the holes, and get really cool black handhead screws, and just embrace where they're gonna go.
Ground the tips off. Now this is solid. Yeah, so this is it. I've got this space on the right here beside the synth, and I've just sort of left that open for now. I may make like a little box that pops in there so you don't like see through it. Or you could put a drum machine, I don't know, whatever. I also thought about putting a speaker there, or I could put a reverb, I'm not sure. So I've just left it open for now, and maybe I will update my PDF plans with whatever I put in there. Because this is all DC, you know, if I had a little speaker for this, I could make a little DC power bank to power this whole thing so you could literally go anywhere and use it. Ultimately though, I end up just using headphones because everyone says that is really annoying sounds you're making. Dad, can you shut up? I'm trying to do my homework. Hope you enjoyed this. I hope you like this case. And if you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments. Please like and subscribe. I would love to hear suggestions, ideas. If you use my plans, please let me know. I would love that. Just don't sell them. But if you make it, let me know. And I will embarrass myself by trying to make music on this thing with no skills.